You get what you negotiate, not what you a piece of shit. See, the one thing about me, and the two things is for sure, is that I'm an equal accountability partner across the board. I don't give a fuck if you're a woman, man. You don't deserve a good man because you don't have one. I specifically say on a regular basis, listen, I don't believe that God should give you a good man just because you prayed for him in church. Why would he do that to him and you a piece of shit? See, the one thing about me.
Listen how he uses the term God and then refers to someone as a piece of shit in the same breath. Isn't that contradictory of what religion stands for? You see right now what type of individual you're dealing with.
And the two things is for sure is that I'm an equal accountability partner across the board. I don't give a fuck if you're a woman, man, white, black, all the way. If you do some good, then you get good compliments. If you do bad, then I got smoke for you. But the thing that I'm talking about here is...
Now listen to what he said. If you do good, I'll give you credit for it. If you do bad, I'm going to hold you accountable. Now notice, through the rest of this video, he's not going to hold white people accountable for anything. He's going to give them a pass on all of the evil that they do. And he's going to condemn black people as if we are the worst people on the planet, black American people.
Why should anybody give you anything? I do good business because I'm just the person that got it out the mud, so I understand it on both sides. I understand that me incentivizing you to do the thing that's in your own best interest may not necessarily be as a reflection of your negotiation skills, but just because I'm a nice fucking person. I'm willing to take the loss to bet on you. Now, you may turn around and fuck over me, and I might not make no money at all, but you still got your money, and so you say nice things about me and say, Anton, oh man, he does good business or whatever, so on and so forth, but you're not giving me my fucking money back.
What good businessman would invest in someone that doesn't have credibility, that has the potential to fuck them over? Why would you even do business with them in the first place if you are a good businessman? A good businessman is a good judge of character. He analyzes and breaks down the individual before he makes that financial commitment. So by investing in somebody that's a little skittish shows that you're really not a good businessman.
But guess what? I don't cry about it, because that is the risk and a gamble and the way in which I've structured my business, in which I always take care of my people and I always make sure that they're overpaid, because I've been so blessed to make a lot of money outside of content creation and YouTube. So
a good businessman never overpays anyone. That is a recipe for failure.
I'm a Jay-Z guy. I'm not a Dame Dash guy. And I love the line, my favorite line of all time that Jay said. He said, listen, so these niggas made me, could make another me.
Yeah, I bet you would be a Jay-Z guy. See, Dame Dash don't like people eating off the culture and not investing in the culture. Jay-Z don't give a fuck. He sells out every black person he dealt with in favor of doing business with white people. He has absolutely no power, a whole lot of money and no power, no influence, nothing. See, this guy, he definitely has the Jay-Z mentality. He'll fuck over everybody just to get some money.
Or make yourself. If you so great, then do it 2 times, or do it 3 times, or make another me.
How stupid does that sound? If you trained Muhammad Ali and Muhammad Ali became the greatest, what's the likelihood that you'll find another fighter with the exact same skill set as Muhammad Ali? That's the only way you could duplicate Muhammad Ali. He sounds like a fucking idiot. Get ready. He's about to go completely off the rails. You're about to see what Conan and Buffoonin looks like At its worst, it's ready to get ugly. Hold on.
We tell women you get what you negotiate. You own what it is that you made your bed in. Sleep in that bed because your baby daddy left you because you picked him. But now we're supposed to have sympathy for grown men that don't know how to negotiate or don't understand things from a business perspective when you one Google search away or you one Patreon video away from being able to understand it for yourself. I have no sympathy for you. I have no sympathy for anybody. You get what you deserve. Wherever it is that you are in life, that's your bed, sleep in it. I don't care where you were born. I don't care where you come from. I see immigrants coming over here every day from third world countries, outworking you, outpacing you, and making you look bad. I don't care about your reparations. Listen, I don't care if you ever get it. As a matter of fact, I'm advocating against it because it's going to fuck up my dollar and make inflation go out of control. And so I don't want them to pay you.
When he talks about you, he's talking about Black American people. That's why he keeps saying you, as if he's not a Black American. Look at this dark, heavily melanated coon. Talking as if he's not black. He says you.
I don't want you to have nothing. Don't give these motherfuckers nothing. As a matter of fact, not only do I not want you to get nothing from reparations, I think that they should tax you for breathing.
When he say they, he's talking about the whites that are in control of government, the ones who authorize reparations. If you were to receive reparations, they would come from the white government structure, the white power structure. So he's saying, I hope they tax you for breathing. So he's saying he hopes white people charge black people to breathe. And this includes his mother, father, grandmother, wife, daughter, and all of our family members. This is what he's saying. How egregious, disgusting. This guy suffers from self-hatred to a level I have never seen before.
You for breathing this good old air that we working so hard and paying our tax dollars for in order to be able to make sure that you got this good old air and this good old water. There's people in Detroit. Shout out to my dog, Steph is cold. I'm reading super chats in a minute. There's people in Detroit right now that say that they deserve water. They
do deserve water. God put it here to sustain life. You see, this guy claims to be a Christian man, and he's saying people don't deserve water. Water was provided for you to survive. It is called sustenance for survival, put here by the Creator for your survival. And the Creator didn't say you have to pay for it. You see this coon? He's a pure sellout.
Serve clean water even if they don't pay for it. Says who?
Says God.
Back in the day, they had to go all the way over into the river and dig wells and filter the system themselves in order to make sure that all of their people in their village had clean water.
That's right. That's the way that God intended. And they didn't whine about it. They did it because it needed to be done. Nobody interfered. Nobody said they couldn't do it. Nobody owned the land, so nobody could deny them access to the water. Like today, the land is owned and controlled by people. And if you cross into that land to get that water to drink, it is considered trespassing. You can be arrested or even killed for going on someone else's land unauthorized to get that free water that God put here for you. You see the mindset of this slave? He's ignorant. He done sold out. He suffers from self-hatred and Stockholm syndrome.
Who said you deserve anything? Listen, I hope they don't give you a fucking dime. Now, as a matter of fact, if they create a I'm against reparations committee, I'm gonna be the first person to sign up and donate to it. You don't deserve nothing. You get what you negotiate. When did we start making weak men?
You get what you negotiate. So when the slaves were brought over here during this transatlantic slave trade, did they have negotiating power? Or were they held at gunpoint, shackled in chains, brought to a foreign land and didn't understand the geography, didn't understand what to eat, how to build, what's the good land to live on. They knew nothing. They were taken out of their element, taken advantage of. Their captors had the strategic advantage, and they held them at that advantage. So what is this guy talking about? You understand? You get what you negotiate. No, you don't. Sometimes the negotiation is one-sided.
What did your father tell you when you grew up?
He told me not to fuck with niggas like you. That people like you were the worst. Stay away from niggas like you. That's what he told me when I was growing up.
He told you that you deserve to have a good woman, or did he say you eat what you kill?
He told me to eat what I kill, and I should go after people like you who don't deserve anything. See, when shit hit the fan, you're going to get what you deserve. And you are not going to be able to negotiate your way out of it because videos like this exist. After you done sold your people out, when they come for you, when one of them cops drag you out of a car and put foot all in your ass, don't call Ben Crump and cry racism. Don't call on your black people to support you and fight for you. No, you get what you negotiate. And right now, you're negotiating your soul. You selling your soul.
You eat what you fucking kill. I went into the negotiation. First of all, I put my time in. I mastered my craft. I put my 10,000 hours in. And then when the opportunity presented itself and they said, Anton, I want you to come and work for this company, I said, nah, I'm good. And they said, listen, we can't not have you work for the company, so we gonna make you an offer that you can't refuse. And then we went into the negotiating table.
That offer was sell your soul or get the fuck out of here.
I didn't sit there and complain about it. I'm not whining about it. You motherfuckers sit there and whine. Y'all don't whine to YouTube. Hey, hold YouTube accountable for taking all of your fucking money and taking the lion's share of whatever your percentages are. How come y'all not holding YouTube accountable?
Do YouTube take the lion's share of your money? You okay with that then, huh? You do all the work. You put your 10,000 hours in and give all your money, the lion's share, over to YouTube, and you don't have a problem with that. You see the mindset of this Negro?
No, if YouTube kicks you off today, you gonna sit here and cry like a baby and
like they did him and JR when the Lapeef Network was booted off of YouTube. He sat on there and made video after video whining about how they took down their channel. He cried.
Advocate and beg your master to be able to give you your channel back.
That's exactly what he did when they took down the Lapeef Network.
You ain't said nothing about the 30% that YouTube is taking and their haircut. No, you gonna abide by the fucking rules and you gonna do what you gonna do, or you can go and create your own platform, or you can go and jump on another platform. But nobody sat here and told you that you had to be on YouTube. You don't deserve anything. You eat what you kill. I'll be goddamned if I create a company, put my own money into it, build it up, and then a motherfucker gonna come in there and tell me how it is that I'm supposed to run my shit. My wife just walked in here. She can't tell me how to run my household.
That's because she's a slave. She's under threat. You threatened her. You said that you would never be divorced, no matter what, under no circumstances. So what does that tell her? If she filed for divorce, there's no telling what you would do. You would probably end her in yourself. That's why you run your household. You run it with fear. You have that woman scared to death in there.
I'll take what she's saying into consideration. I'll listen to her, but I'll be goddamned if anybody comes into the place that I've built and tell me how it is that I'm supposed to run my shit. That go for anybody. That go for these blackity blacks. That go for women. That go for men. That go for all of them across the board. I don't give a fuck.
He say blackity blacks. He's talking about black leaderships. He call them blackity blacks. People like Minister Louis Farrakhan, Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Umar Johnson, James Baldwin, he called these people blackity blacks, Malcolm X, people that stood up and fought Martin Luther King. Yeah, he called them blackity blacks, people that fought for him to have the right to sit on YouTube and spew this ignorance. Yeah, he called them blackity blacks.
Fuck. Not even a little bit. When I was 5 years old, my earliest memory is me coming down the steps with an army machine gun, toy plastic gun, and my grandmother said, "Anton, don't you shoot me with that gun." Anton, I'll call her right now. "Anton, don't you shoot me with that gun." And when I was growing up, they said Anton is a rebel. Yeah, she just texted me and said she said.
And they say he's an ignorant fool.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck your family. Fuck everything you stand for, and fuck your own code too. I got my own family. I got my own tribe, and they call it the Bag Chasers. I got my own wife. I got my own daughter. I got my own money, and I got my own platform. Do something about it.
Why does somebody have to do something about what you have? Hooray. You're one of billions that have something of your own, a family, means to provide for them. You're not special. You're just one of billions. I mean, what's the point of this? Aren't you supposed to have that? Isn't that what you're supposed to do as a man? Provide? What is this guy talking about? Who's after him? And if it didn't matter what someone think, why are you on this World Wide Web venting and complaining about what the people are saying about your black ass?
Do something about it. I got my own church, my own
The Church of Hell.
church members. I got my own everything. I ain't never asked a nigga for nothing.
A nigger?
Do something about it. The only thing I say is be willing to do something. Be willing to take the repercussions that come along with it, because I'm not one to sit idly by. Just be you got freedom to do whatever you want to do. You got freedom to do whatever you want to do. Just be willing to deal with whatever come along with it. That's all I'm saying. You have no control over me. Nobody can control me. Nobody can control me. I am my own entity. I am my own tank.
How are you your own entity when you're on a platform called YouTube, owned by white people, and taking the lion's share of your money? Someone that's their own entity exists by their own hand. There is no interference whatsoever from an outside force. That is what being your own entity is. How are you your own entity when you have to pay tax dollars to the government? You're not your own entity. Something that is its own entity exists on its own without the influence of someone else. You don't have no control, none at all. Well, this guy is delusional. Break the YouTube guidelines and your ass will be history. You and your own entity.
I do what I want to do when I want to do it. And if I decide that that's what I want to do, it ain't nothing that you can do about it except try to stop me. Just be willing to get that dough banged on. That's it. That's the end of the discussion. You get what you earn. You eat what you kill. Don't nobody owe you nothing at all. At all.
So what is he killing and what is he eating? He sits on YouTube, streams all day, every day, post after post. I mean, hundreds of posts a week. And he's supposed to be running a multi-million-dollar company. No one that runs a multi-million-dollar company have time to sit on YouTube and make 2 and 3 hour streams, sit down podcasts on multiple channels across YouTube and run a multi-million-dollar company. Who?
Nobody cares about your feelings. They only care about the results. You, what are we talking about? They can't even control whether or not they can even live in a place that they living in right now. They begging the government to forgive their student loans. They ain't got no power. They ain't got no power. They ain't got no power. You vote in the interest of somebody trying to forgive you for something that you did to yourself. You ain't got no power. You can't even control your own baby mama. You can't say nothing to me. You ain't got no power. You crying on YouTube, and your baby mama just kicked you out the house, my nigga. You ain't got no power. You have no control over your own well-being. You can't even get your own son on the weekends without the judge telling you what you should and shouldn't do. You ain't got no power. You can't even decide whether or not you can't even call off of work tomorrow, my nigga. You have zero control over your own life. If I were you, I would spend more time focused on fixing me than trying to tell somebody else what to do. You have no control. You can't even control whether or not you can breathe tomorrow. If somebody decided that you can't breathe no more, that's it.
This is a guy who used to sell knockoff sunglasses to his friends at an inflated price. And one day, his friends ordered some sunglasses. He showed up. They robbed him, then tried to kill his ass. He ran, and they unloaded a flurry of gunshots on him, trying to kill him. He's fortunate to have escaped. So where was his control in that situation? He ran for dear life.
You can't protect yourself. You can't protect your child. You can't control your baby mama. Your daddy don't like you. Your mama hates you. Your community abandoned you. You can't even control whether or not you don't know nothing. You don't have car insurance. You driving illegally. Your license is suspended. They got a warrant out for your arrest. If we knew.
Notice he say they, and he says you. They are white people. You are black people. Understand, these are the terms he's using. As if all black people have bad credit, no money, problems with the law. This is what he's saying. He feeds into the stereotypes of black people, and he seeks to remove himself from the equation.
Your real name right now, we could get you arrested and you wouldn't even have no control over your own freedom.
You see, he say we can get you arrested. When he say we, he's talking about white people, but he's talking from the house Negro perspective. Like Malcolm X said, the house Negro would say, we sick today, boss? How we feeling today, boss? Our house needs repair, boss. You see, he speaks as if he's part of them, but he understands that he's really not. He wants to be accepted as white. But look at this guy's chocolate face and that nappy beard on his face. He will never pass as white. And if he decides to bleach his skin with that Velcro on his face, he would look downright ridiculous. Just even more ridiculous than he looked with those big, ugly glasses on his face. What the fuck is this guy talking about? You see, his self-hatred runs so deep that he makes white people the ultimate responsible human being and black people the most dysfunctional, being black himself. See, this is self-hatred at its worst. Stockholm syndrome is when the captive fall in love with the captor. And this is what he has done. He has fell in love with his oppressor, and he thinks nothing of himself, and he worships the oppressor. Yeah, this guy is terrible. This is egregious. I can't believe black people support this dude. There are no white people in his Patreon. There are no white people watching his channel in mass.